Find out how United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley is partnering with the community to help change our schools for the better. How do we get to the goal of community schools across the Lehigh Valley and supporting kids all along their path from birth through high school graduation? You know, we need all hands on deck. In the Lehigh Valley, there are many schools that are not able to, with just the education budget, meet the needs of all of the kids.
96% of our students come from homes that funding is less than $20,000 a year.
When I started school here, I was like a little bit shy and scared, but then again, I knew that there were like a lot of opportunities.
We have 34 different after-school programs that serviced 400 students last year.
You can either have homework club or like a play rating club.
And without all of that, we wouldn't be able to service nearly as many students without the funding that United Way provides.
We have partnered with an entity in the community to provide all kinds of resources for kids that have a lot of barriers to a good education.
If the parents aren't involved, then it's going to be really hard for the kids to be successful.
By being in a community school, my parents got the help to translate in all of my conferences.
Well, our goal is really around increasing the number of students reading on grade level. And we believe that for a community to be really healthy and vibrant, we need an educated population. So corporations should care about that because these are their future workers.
And if we do not provide quality educated students, then we as a society are failing all around.
In third grade, I started at Lincoln and I was a tour guide for like new visitors there. And I was scared, but then again I was excited because it was a new experience for me, something that I knew that I wouldn't have in another school.
I can think about a particular student, and she was shy and timid. We started enrolling her in all kinds of after-school programs. Her parents started coming to family engagement activities, and one of the things she said was, I want to teach kids like me all of the things that I've learned when I was in my after-school programs. And I think that says a lot about the things that we're able to do for kids.
The academic support that I received at Lincoln was like help in reading class because they wanted me to maintain the high level in reading.
We know when we can support kids the way we're supporting them in community schools, they're doing great things. And we can see upward trends in reading rates and literacy rates and even in math rates. Not to mention all of the things that we see in leadership development and exploration of higher education and career development.
And I think that that is so meaningful to be able to harness some of those things that you don't learn in a traditional academic setting.
It makes me feel like really special because I know that people care about like other students' education. They know that like they're gonna have a bright future ahead of them.
I think a community school means that there's hope for the future and hope for our kids. It means that there's an opportunity for our students to be able to dream, to achieve, and to be successful.
So it involves a coordination of the assets that exist in your community, and they can achieve socially, emotionally, and academically.
You're gonna get something out of it, like you're gonna get pride in yourself for doing something good.
Joining us in the studio is Dr. Joseph Roy, Superintendent of Schools for the Bethlehem Area School District. Dr. Roy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So community schools have been an initiative that you've been behind from the beginning. Why are you so supportive of community schools?
I think that we know that in schools particularly where there are kids who come from a lot of difficult circumstances, particularly poverty, the schools can't do it by themselves. And the community school models brings in our community partners to help support parents, kids, and teachers.
What sort of initiatives happen in a community school that you wouldn't see in another school?
I think a critical piece is getting parents in and educating parents. So we work with parents who may not have had the most positive educational experiences themselves to teach them how they can support their children with math homework or reading at home.
Some people might ask,
If a public school is supported by tax dollars, why do you need these extra initiatives? Why community partners? Why United Way? And what do they bring to the table that help you give a better education to your students?
All the challenges of society come into the schools with the kids. And so schools can't do it by themselves. The United Way serves as the tremendous kind of ringleader to bring everybody together. And if we treat everything in silos, healthcare is in one place, mental health is another, counseling services another, the education another, it doesn't get the synergy. So the United Way brings the organizations together, brings the synergy that really makes a difference for kids and families.
Over the years, what kind of success stories have you seen, and what kind of students have you seen shaped by United Way Community School?
Well, you know, through some of the leadership efforts, particularly I think of Dunnigan Elementary School with their students, that they're not only improving academically, but they are proud of themselves, they're leaders in their school, they come and greet you, take you on tours, really mature elementary kids who have been given experiences they wouldn't have otherwise had.
As these kids graduate on through the educational system, grammar school to middle school to high school, what difference do you see it making in their educational career that they were a part of a community school?
I think that every year that goes by that a student is successful increases the chance for them to be successful in future years. So we get them through K to 5, that's 6 out of 13 years successfully. Then they move into a middle school, and we're trying to organize the schools so that the community elementary schools feed into community schools, middle schools. We can continue that up through the middle school level.
What would you say to someone who maybe doesn't know what a United Way community school is? Why should they consider supporting United Way and this initiative?
Yeah, the United Way is focused. They're focused on getting kids up to reading level, 3rd grade reading level by the end of 3rd grade, so that they're ready to roll when they get into higher levels of learning. And that focus, I think, is really driving results that people can know if they support the United Way on this community school initiative, they're going to see positive results for kids.
What is your hope for community schools, not only in Bethlehem, but in all school districts in this region and beyond?
Yeah, I think it's a model that works, and we're a little unique because of the key role that the United Way plays. There are community school models elsewhere that don't involve the United Ways, and having that regional agency coordinating, I think, is really powerful. So my hope is that it continues to grow in schools of need, and within our own district, our short-term goal is to bring a high school on for the first time and have a community school at the high school level, which is not very common.
Wow, so you'd be seeing a community school all the way from K through 12 and really be able to watch the kids through the process.
Exactly right. Have to have that process all the way through.
Wonderful. Dr. Roy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
For more information on United Way Community Schools, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for behind-the-scenes action and giveaways. And remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.